Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Up right in corner we got Meyara starting as the purple Zerg. Bottom right in corner we got Keen starting as the orange Zerg. This is BSL 21 Swiss round 3 of Hasuleauge tier 1. Tier system's pretty interesting. I like that they spread it, mostly because I do feel like it has better groupings of equalized player. That we're on Radeon. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in my ramblings thus far. Losing track. Overlords going top left and bottom left equivalently. This is an interesting map for ZVZ. It's one of those things where trying to remember when I had the thought, but I almost wonder if 9 pool, or I should say over pool, or some 9, getting your spawning pool down early, getting gas early, there. Going for faster spawning pool and faster gas makes more sense on a larger macro map like Radeon, because you oftentimes when you're going for 12 hatch, you're sacrificing faster tech for a bunch of Zerglings and more economy in the early game. Granted, you could fold that over to Evolution Chamber, but I've seen a lot of Zerg more often than not win just by having an overwhelming amount of Mutalisks and also being able to do adjustments and recovery from there. And so, yeah, that's just a random thought I've been having lately. I need to get a ZVZ expert like Urbmon and hear from him on his thoughts. Anyway, Overlords now heading bottom right and top right equivalently. Trying to remember what happened to the last round. By the way, we are seeing an overpool, it looks like, from Keen. Are we going to see a hatch first? Looks like we might see a hatchery first here from Meyara. Never mind, in base hatchery from Meyara. Variations on this recently, by the way. Previous ASLs is actually plopping the hatchery nearby. This makes it easier to defend. Sometimes what you can do is just drop that gas and distance mine. I don't think that's what we're going to see here. Spawning pool. I think Meyara wanting to kind of do I kind of like this build on this map as well, actually. Denying the information. Looks like we're having an hatchery follow-up. Unfortunately for Meyara, I don't know that it's going to pay off because of just the way the build orders are lining up. But we'll see. We'll have to see. So gas going to happen a lot later. We are still gonna, I think this would have been really, really good against exactly what I was talking about actually on Radeon, because one aspect of this is as soon as you have that spawning pool up, if you got Zerglings on the ground, you can deny intel to your opponent. Then they don't, until they get the Overlord in position. And basically, I kind of wonder if Meyara made that decision when you recognize the Overlord did not cross the Overlord at this position. I'm not sure that these Overlords are going to be out. They don't quite spot each other either. So 0 intel. And then if you just get 4 Zerglings initially down on the ramp over here, you have a lot of larvae to work with, and you can just turn it into a surprise Zergling attack as far as a follow-up. Zerglings, by the way, on the ground currently. A single Zergling wandering out to go ahead and scout for Keen. Top left. Lair is queued up. Lair actually not that far behind from Meyara. Given the slightly later gas. Keen is going to be down 2 workers here and will be down larva production. We'll see if the faster layer, I don't know that the faster layer is really going, I think this is just a straight up better build order here from Meyara. Now that I'm looking at the totality of it, Zergling speed invested in a little bit earlier here from Keen, that is a significant difference. So now he's got speed Zerglings, but he doesn't know where to send them. The Overlord's going to see the slow Zerglings making the way top right. Is Keen just going to hold those? The next question. But right now, it's basically a flat 2-worker lead for Meyara. He's got more defensible area to work with. Zergling going to get able to pull back. I think this is going to be an equalized number of Zerglings, and if Meyara is overly aggressive, he's going to run into a scenario where he loses a lot of these Zerglings. He's got a better concavity, and some of the Zerglings you can see from Keen not engaging. But again, Zergling speed just makes them more intelligent, so they're just, and also close to reinforcement point. 14 workers here for Meyara, so going very aggressive here. He's dropped that Spire just about the exact same time as Keen, though. The Zerglings marching their way across. Now this is the big story, is the supply difference in Zerglings is heavily in Keen's favor. Well, maybe not. And speed is finished, so this is going to be equalized. And this is, this is where Keen can get fooled. As he wanders, he sees a lack of natural expansion. He thinks he's in a much better scenario than he is, excuse me, potentially, and draws back. I don't know if he recognizes that it was an in-base hatchery The Overlord just now going to wander up and get that confirmation. Now Keen's got decisions here. And if he wanders up, should notice that he's behind. He's very, very far behind in the drone count as well. Meyara just has a much stronger economy to work with on top of everything else. It will, if Meyara does not make any moves though, and doesn't capitalize on the worker lead, it will eventually turn back onto him though. Creep colony dropping, presumably to get a sunken. Excuse me, a bit of a cough there. Zergling able to slip through the lines. The drones are going to be left to fend for themselves, I presume, with that sunken. We have a Mutalisk. Okay, we got 2 Mutalisks on either side. But Meyara just has, he's been workers up this entire time. Able to get 1 drone right there. Excuse me, the drone's able to defend themselves otherwise. Big fight at the natural. I wasn't expecting Meyara to push that just yet. Lost considerably. And now he's locked out of Keen's natural expansion, and Keen can go ahead and drone up. If he gets that gas at that natural, things will start to swing his direction. Although Keen donating these Zerglings potentially to the Mutalisks as they're making their way up into the main top right. A lot of Zerglings, and the Sunken Colony really going to deny everything elsewise. So Keen losing some supply potentially, although he might be able to strike at the drones here on this corner to actually ahead in workers all of a sudden. We do have some Scourge making the way across, by the way. And Meyara losing drones, actually, so all of a sudden economically behind, or you might be able to drop a drone to equalize things. The Scourge landing entirely on Keen's Mutalisks. And Keen now all of a sudden down 5 supply, and he's got 4 Mutalisks making their way to the main. He's injured. He's got 1 limping injured Mutalisk, so he needs Scourge to land in a hurry, and he's probably going to end up losing drones himself. Wild one back and forth. Man, not microing well against these Scourge. Lost another, and just going to GG right there to move on to the next match. The Scourge really controlling it there for Meyara. Keen showing some... That was interesting. The color swapped right there at the last second on the Scourge as they spawned. They're like brothers. Anyway. Game 1 goes to Keen, or sorry, goes to Meyara in this best of 3. Hopefully he'll have more luck the next match. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.